Wait, who linked this? You're about to get IP banned if you don't give me another link. Wait, who linked this? TT101. First link on screen. Oh, you're lucky, kid. Trump asked China's Xi, I think, to help him win re-election, according to Bolton book. Trump helped him win the 2020 years, telling Xi during a summer summit last year that increased agricultural purchases by Beijing from American farmers would aid his electoral prospects, according to a damning new account of life to the Trump administration by former national. Oh, Bolton released his book. Jesus. He then stunningly turned the conversation to the coming U.S. presidential election, alluding to China's economic capability to affect the ongoing campaigns, pleading with Xi to ensure he'd win. Bolton writes, he stressed the importance of farmers and increased Chinese purchases of soybeans and wheat in the electoral outcome. I would print Trump's exact words, but the government's pre-publication review process has decided otherwise. Trump said that she should go ahead with building the Uyghur Muslim camps in Xinjiang. Xinjiang? I don't know how to pronounce this. What Trump thought was exactly the right thing to do. Holy. It keeps getting worse? Wait, what? Bolton's 592-page memoir, obtained by the Washington Post, is the most substantive, critical dissection of the president from an administration insider so far, coming from a conservative who's worked in Republican administrations for decades and is a longtime contributor to Fox News, who portrays Trump as an erratic and stunningly uninformed commander-in-chief, and led a long series of jarring and troubling encounters between the president and his top advisors and foreign leaders. The Justice Department filed a lawsuit Tuesday seeking to block its publication by alleging that it contained classified material. Woof, woof. Good work, Barr. In one May 2019 phone call, for example, Russian President Vladimir Putin compared Venezuelan opposition leader Juan Guaido to 2016 Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton, part of what Bolton terms a brilliant display of Soviet-style propaganda to shore up support for Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro. Putin's claims, Bolton writes, largely persuaded Trump. I thought Trump was supporting Guaido for a little bit. Was he not? Wasn't the U.S. sort of supporting? They address it? Oh shit, okay. And fuck, I need to do the show soon. Yeah, he was at the State of the Union. I thought they brought him in to undermine Maduro. My mic is muted.
You're a fucking statistician.
Trump then told Erdogan he would take care of things. He explained that the Southern District prosecutors were not his people, but were Obama people, a problem that would be fixed when they were replaced by his people. Said Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan handed Trump a memo claiming innocence for a Turkish firm under investigation by the U.S. Attorney. Jesus, for violating Iranian sanctions. They did, but it's all been words. Venezuela dropped out of the news cycle, and Trump hasn't really made it a priority like he should have. Clearly, it was pushed by people like Bolton, but with his departure, it stopped mattering. I think in Venezuela, I think a majority of the people were opposed to Maduro's rule, but the majority of them also didn't want U.S. intervention to help them, like, unseat him or whatever. It was my understanding. One of my understandings is that one of the problems with the way that Venezuela's system works is that their president has a lot of authority to, like, leverage social programs against the public so that they can pump that shit up like a motherfucker when it comes time for re-election. My understanding is one of the problems with their system. Guido? It's Guido? Maduro?
You're a fucking statistician!
Yeah.
Venezuela is currently hemorrhaging people. There's a refugee crisis going on in all their neighbors at the moment. I mean, Venezuela is pretty fucked. Why though? It's why though? It's Guaido? I got a lot of different... Give me a YouTube link. Bolton says he was so alarmed by Trump's administration to do favors for autocrats such as Erdogan and Xi. He scheduled a meeting with the Attorney General William P. Barr in 2019 to discuss presidential behavior. Bolton writes that Barr agreed he also was worried about the appearances created by Trump's behavior in his account. Bolton broadly confirms the outline of the impeachment case laid out by Democratic lawmakers and witnesses in House proceedings earlier this year, writing that Trump was fixed on a bogus claim Ukraine tried to hurt him and was in thrall to unfounded conspiracy theories pushed by presidential lawyer Rudolph W. Giuliani and others. Bolton writes, always looking to personal instinct and opportunities for reality TV showmanship. Bolton recounts numerous private conversations Trump had with other leaders that reveal the limits of his knowledge. Dude, I knew it. I always said that Trump was a fucking idiot. I knew that. I always knew that. I knew he was so fucking stupid. You guys doubted me, and he was. He's a fucking moron. Fuck you guys. He recalls Trump asking Kelly if Finland is part of Russia. I mean, to be fair, what the fuck does Finland do up there anyway? Russia could probably take over Finland and no one would know. That's a valid question, okay? In a meeting with then British Prime Minister Theresa May in 2018, a British official referred to the United Kingdom as a nuclear power, and Trump interjects, "Oh, are you a nuclear power?" Bolton adds that he could tell the question about Britain, which has long maintained a nuclear arsenal, was not intended as a joke. Russia tried in World War II, it didn't work. We're not talking about World War II, okay? We're talking about modern day, rolling tanks into fucking Georgia, modern day, powerful Russia. Could go fuck over Finland, okay? No one cares about World War II anymore. That was the Soviet Union. It was a different country. It was a different time. It was a different geopolitical landscape, okay? Finnish people, stay the fuck mad, all right? That's why NATO exists? Yeah, but barely under Trump, right? Bolton's commentary ranges from expressions of disgust with the president's actions to relief that advisors were able to prevent catastrophe. During a NATO summit in the summer of 2018, Bolton recounts a moment when Trump had decided to inform U.S. allies that the United States was going to withdraw from NATO if allies had substantially increased defense spending by January. We will walk out and not defend those who have not paid, read a message Trump dictated to Bolton. Bolton tried to stop Trump from delivering the threat and became even more alarmed when Trump told him, "Do you want to do something historic?" During one trade meeting, Trump grew irate when advisors began discussing Japan and the alliance and began railing about Pearl Harbor, Bolton writes. What? Bolton's book is also filled with examples of Trump's closest advisors sharply criticizing the president behind his back, including Pompeo. After Trump completed a phone call with South Korea's president ahead of the 2018 Singapore summit with North Korea, Pompeo and Bolton shared their disdain for the president's handling of the conversation. He writes, Pompeo, having listened in on the call from the Middle East, told Bolton that he was having a cardiac arrest in Saudi Arabia. Wait, are we starting the show? Why are people waving in the camera? No, okay. Bolton shared his disappointment with his similar disappointment with the call, describing it as a near-death experience. Chickens have come home to roost. Andy Ray Swarsky. The tweet doesn't exist. Why are you guys linking bad links? Why do your links all suck today? What's wrong with you guys?
You're a fucking statistician.
Hi.
Wait, how much does Mike grift? Dude, I can't. Oh my god, this guy has the fluidity of a fucking glass of water for his political opinions. Talking to white leftists about racism puts me into full-on doomer mode. Class, class, class. Everything is about class. Do you think that's one of the reasons why Mike started talking to Bad Bunny? Do you think he just wants to be me? That was really fucking weird. Holy shit. Trump said invading Venezuela would be cool and that the South American nation was really part of the United States. Bolton says Trump kept confusing the current and former presidents of Afghanistan while asking Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe to help him strike a deal with Iran. And Trump told Xi that Americans were clamoring for him to change constitutional rules to serve more than 2 terms, according to the book. He also describes a summer 2019 meeting in New Jersey where Trump says journalists should be jailed so that they have to divulge their sources. These people should be executed. They are scumbags, Trump said, according to Bolton's account. Oh my god. Bolton said Trump said he wanted out of Afghanistan during his 2nd year instead of his 3rd year so he could blame his predecessor for the war. Screaming about the border wall in a meeting with top advisors in 2018, Trump described why illegal immigration had to go down and the wall had to go up, according to Bolton's book. I got elected on this issue and I'm going to get unelected, Trump said, startling those around him. For all his public bluster, Bolton describes Trump as frequently uncertain, fretful, and wobbly during difficult policy choices. For instance, driven by a desire to please Florida Republicans, Trump talked tough about his desire to oust Maduro throughout much of 2018. This is what we were asking about before. But Bolton portrays Trump as inconsistent and worry-worn when presented with the opportunity to support Guaido, who declared himself Venezuela's president in January of 2019. Though Trump approved of a proposal from Bolton to publicly declare the U.S. recognized, it's right, Guaido, or is the G really silent? Guaido, rather than Maduro. And within 30 hours, Trump was already worrying that Guaido appeared weak, a kid compared to tough Maduro, and considering changing course. You couldn't make this up, Bolton writes. Jesus. At one point, Bolton says he learned that Kushner was going to be calling the finance minister of Turkey because he was also Erdogan's son-in-law. I briefed Pompeo and Mnuchin Mnuchin? Fuck, I forgot it. I don't remember. On this new son-in-law channel, and they both exploded Pompeo. Why do we have so many weird named people in fucking government? This shit, they should not be here. Can we get some Smiths, some Johnsons? Mnuchin? For extended period. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. I read Pompeo, Mnuchin on this new son-in-law channel. They both exploded. Pompeo was furious, Bolton writes, because there's this one more example of Kushner's doing international negotiations he shouldn't have been doing, along with a never quite ready Middle East peace plan. For extended periods of time, Trump kept telling different advisors that they were in charge of border policy, according to Bolton's book. One day in 2018 in the Oval Office, Kelly purportedly learned that Kushner was calling Mexican authorities when he barged into the Oval Office and said so. Why is Jared calling Mexicans? Kelly asked loudly, according to the book. Because I asked him to. How else are we going to stop the caravans? Trump responded. November of 2018, Trump came under fire for writing an unfettered defense of Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, littered with exclamation points, over the killing of Post-journalist Jamal Khashoggi. But according to Bolton's book, this was the guy that got chainsawed up. And Jesus, I guess we just never cared about that. But according to Bolton's book, the main goal of the missive was to take away attention from a story about Ivanka Trump using her personal email for government business. This will divert from Ivanka, Trump said, according to Bolton's book. If I read this statement in person, that will take over the Ivanka thing. He repeatedly describes Trump's lashing out at military leaders, demanding to withdraw troops from the Middle East, from Africa and Europe, too. Oh, it reminds me of the end of, was the movie called Downfall? The Hitler one? I want to get out of everything, Trump said during a meeting at his Bedminster, New Jersey golf club, according to Bolton, as military leaders pressed him to take more nuanced positions. 999. Was the movie called Downfall? Hasan is reading this shit through Twitter instead of the article? Well, hey, listen. Amen, dude. As long as the news is digestible in some way for you, that's good. He repeatedly describes.
You're a fucking statistician.
Nice.
Pepe laugh in chat if Destiny is a dumb fuck.
That might be the way to get him to like read full articles. Just transcribe the whole article into a Twitter thread, and then maybe he'll like read the articles.
You're a fucking statistician.
Racism is kinda weird, champ. Aha.
The American name was Downfall. For the rest of the world, it was Der Untergang. Untergang? I don't know how to pronounce that shit. At another point, arguing in 2018 with Mattis, Trump told him that Russia should take care of the Islamic State. We're 7,000 miles away, but we're still the target, Trump said, according to the account. They'll come to our shores. That's what they all say. It's a horror show. At some point, we've got to get out. Describing the conflict in Afghanistan, Trump said, this was done by a stupid person named George Bush.
You're a fucking statistician.
True. Trump repeatedly told Mattis that the defense official had been given a chance, but it had failed. I gave you what you asked for. Unlimited authority, no holds barred. You're losing. You're getting your ass kicked. You failed, Trump said. Determined to make friends with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, Trump decided that he wanted to give Kim some American gifts. Gifts that violated U.S. sanctions that eventually had to be waived per Bolton's book. When Bolton recounts the Trump-Kim meeting in Singapore, the first summit of U.S. and North Korean leaders in history, Bolton castigates Trump's diplomatic efforts, saying the president cared little for the details of the denuclearization effort and saw it merely as an exercise in publicity. He describes it extensively, including what Kim and his advisors say, and what Trump and his advisors say in return, giving a fly-on-the-wall account of a historic event. Trump told me he was prepared to sign a substance-free communique, have his press conference to declare victory, and then get out of town. In the months following the summit, Bolton described Trump's inordinate interest in Pompeo delivering an autographed copy of Elton John's Rocket Man on CD to Kim during Pompeo's follow-on visit to North Korea. Communique? Trump had used the term Little Rocket Man to criticize the North Korean leader, but subsequently tried to convince Kim that it was a term of affection. Trump didn't seem to realize that Pompeo hadn't actually seen Kim Jong-un during the trip, asking if Pompeo had handed the CD. Wrote Bolton, Pompeo had not. Getting the CD to Kim remained a high priority for several months. This was we're done with it now, though. We're done. We're done. The riots are done. The protests are done. There's no more talking now. This was the most that happened.